Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:32 a.m. This is News and Views right here on Salam Media. And whilst we are still uh, talking, thinking, and praying for the Palestinian people on this, the 75th anniversary of the Nakba, um, for the first time in history, the United Nations is officially commemorating the Nakba, the annual Palestinian commemoration of the mass displacement during the establishment of Israel 75 years ago. And I'm kind of wondering, Alhamdulillah, does that bode some good news, a glimmer of hope for the people of Palestine? Let's talk to Dr. Ramzi Odah, Director of the Research Unit at the Palestinian Institute for the National Security Research. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, sister.
Nice to have you on the show. Would I be correct in thinking that, inshallah, there is a glimmer of hope now for the people of Palestine, seeing that after that many years, for the first time in history, the UN is officially commemorating the Nakba?
Yeah, I think it's important universally this year because of the UN General Assembly of United Nations commemorate the Nakba anniversary around all of the world and ask of the people and the government in order to commemorate the this important and historical issues. I think it's give us more hope. And yesterday, the Mr. President Mahmoud Abbas has a speech in UN General Assembly and talk about the importance of these events this year, especially this year, because that means that the UN and all of the international society, organization, and government recognize what happens in Palestine as named Al Nakba. It means that there is ethnic clearance. It means that 1 million refugee camp. Um, they are fired from their homeland, and it means that there is no any state for Palestinian till now. From Nakba until now, there is no any state, independent state for Palestinian. According to 181, the resolution of UN, they divided the historical Palestine into two state, one Jewish and Arabic. The Jewish state called Israel now from since 1948, but until now, unfortunately, the Palestinian state doesn't extend. All of the countries, especially in Western countries, Europe, USA, until now doesn't recognize of our state. We think that this step, international step, give us more than hope, give us support, international support to call all of the people, all of the government in order to push the international law in order to punish Israel, to have like accountability for its crime against Palestinian people, especially killed the innocents
Okay, we seem to have lost Dr. Ramzi. Are you there? Can you hear me? Your
Yeah,
picture just froze for a minute. Okay, welcome back. And there, there you go. There you are.
good.
All right, let me put this question to you. Very sadly, we also understand that Israel's UN ambassador Gilad Erdan um, urged, urged other UN member states to boycott the event. Um, he's went on to say, attending this despicable event means destroying any chance of peace by adopting the Palestinian narrative, calling the establishment of the state of Israel a disaster. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, yeah. The first step for international law as I mentioned, is to boycott Israel, to deal with Israel is an out thinking of the international system, because Israel has destroyed the values of the international law, the values of the human being. Israel have apartheid regime. Israel surrounded the people, the Palestinian people, in cantons, and Israel doesn't now kill the two-state solution. We have problem, and the first step for the international law, as Mr. President Mahmoud Abbas yesterday speak, it's important to recognize the Palestinian state and to transfer the Israeli crimes to the court, the international court. And you know what happens in Ukraine, there is double standards dealing with our Palestinian issues regarding to the Ukrainian state. Within 1 year, a lot of this solution decision from United States, from UN, from Europe, and the court also has a decision to capture the Mr. Putin, but 75 years from a Nakba, there is no any implementing for solutions from of the UN General Assembly.
Why do you suppose the UN has taken the stance, and rightly so? This should have been done a long, long time ago. But why do you suppose they've taken the stance, also knowing and recognizing the fact that quite a number of countries voted against it? Not surprisingly, the United States, the United Kingdom, and surprise, surprise, Ukraine as well has obviously voted against the UN recognizing and commemorating Nakba Day. Why do you
Yeah,
suppose this has
yeah, I
happened?
suppose that because in Security Council we haven't any hope to take any solution, any decision against Israel because of veto of USA, veto of Britain. Uh, but in General Assembly, we have a chance. There is what's called the Union for Peace decision. It can be implemented in Palestinian case in General Assembly, and we have a strong supporting from most of countries in this. We need like more than 50 percentage of the votes from all of the countries, and most of countries, especially in the third world, in Africa and Latin America, support us. There is no any veto from the biggest state, biggest countries like USA and Britain. So there is a chance, I think, and I believe the state of Palestine will, next September, apply for the General Assembly to implement the decision of peace, the United of Peace decision, in order to ask all of the countries to recognize Palestinian state and to ask from Israel to end its occupation to Palestinian countries.
Okay, that's highly, highly unlikely as far as I'm concerned, not in the immediate future. But be that as it may, let's get two final questions from a viewer, and that is Nazima Taladia. This is what she has to say. Her first comment is, "No, doctor, you are wrong. Um, and sister, there's no glimmer of hope, I think is what she means. The UN plays no serious role in stopping the Palestinian genocide. The Nakba happened 75 years ago, and the Nakba is still happening." Your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah, I think she's right. Yeah, Nakba is still happening. Nakba is a crime, continuous crime. Until now, there is no any any international step against Israel. until now a lot of decision, but there is no any implementation of decision. Yeah, I'm with as all of Palestinian and all of Arab and all of the Muslims also think that the UN has a bad negative effect of our Palestinian issues, but still the international system has a hope for us. Still, they give us a chance and hope because you know the deviation of power between us and Israel. We cannot change the situation. We need international law. Now, before like 2 3 years, there is some changes, important changes from international opinion about Palestinian cause. There is changes, positive changes in USA, in Democracy Party. There is positive changes in some municipality in Europe. Also in UN, they take a decision before a couple of months to have like consulting opinion about the occupation of Israel. So we succeed. We have some successful in our effort in international order and or international system, and that's what we will happen. Will do next September. We have to gathering all of the world with us in order to push Israel to accountability for its crime and ask the General Assembly to take a decision for recognizing Palestinian as state in UN, and also to have a decision to end the occupation of our territory.
Okay, it might take, I am really sorry to sound very pessimistic, but it might take another 75 years. I hope that I'm wrong on that matter. But let's take the final message from Nazima Taladia. She says that the United Nations is is comprised of the enemies of Palestine and the enemies of Islam. Doctor, you mentioned Ukraine. That's an example of double standards. Okay, that message has just disappeared from my screen. Let's just see where. All right, it's been popped up again. It's an example of the double standards, and you fall for the joke of the West. Your thoughts, and then we need to wrap up the show for the morning.
Yeah, yeah. I know the conflict is too complicated, and the struggle has a historical also narrative issues. It's not easy to stand and to resist the Israel, and we still resist the Israeli occupation. I believe that we need also more effort in international opinion. We need also a power in order to push Israel to end the occupation. We believe that we are always have the chance to sumud. You know, sumud, it means that we stay in our countries. We will not immigrate from it. We stay. We want to increase and expand the cost of incubation. This is our strategical way in order to stop the and end the incubation. However, we still have a hope. Without hope, we cannot damage and destroy the occupation system, the apartheid system. And by your as South Africa in our last visiting this visit, we found a lot of support from the parties in South Africa, the people there, the committees, the groups, and that give us a chance and the hope that still Palestinian is the important cause around the world, and it's a cause related to the justice, and all of the people around the world has believed that the justice must implement it to a Palestinian people.
Thank you indeed. That's where we leave it. That was Dr. Ramzi Odah. He is director of the research unit at the Palestinian Institute for National Security Research. Thank you indeed. Go
Thank you.
well. Our duas, ongoing duas with the Palestinian people, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It is exactly 8:47, and as I did indicate a little earlier on, that our social responsibility bit this morning will be a talk with director and co-owner of Changes Rehab Centre, and that, of course, is Cheryl Rami. We're going to be looking at the importance of halfway houses. How does that serve a recovering substance abuser? All of that and more. Please stay with us right here on Salam Media.